From the beginning, the biggest challenge that I was most worried about was shooting on a spaceship. Figuring out where we were going to put a set for a prolonged period of time, who was going to build it, if we had the budget to build it.
How are we going to build the set? What is it going to look like?
And doing it in a timely fashion with everybody working for free and just out of love. There's not really studio spaces around in Thunder Bay that we can just rent out for a short period of time, unless they're far larger than we need or far smaller than we need, or they don't want us drilling into their walls and destroying things making a spaceship. So ultimately we decided to do the set in Nick's shed.
Nick, Johnny, and Kyle came together and really put their minds together to build what the spaceship was going to look like.
And in the first week, I was able to get the flats all made. They're actually stretched fabric or canvas over top of a piece of wood and then painted. And then the paint shrinks on everything and it makes it tight looking. And the paint blocks the light so that you can see in the background, those are actually fabric freestanding behind me. And you can't see through it, which is pretty cool. And it gives the illusion of a spacecraft.
The set is full and created by cutting out shapes from foam board and painting them with metal paint.
I had all these panels that I just sprayed with different colors paint and to make it look like it's more rusted or dirty, scuffed up.
We're after an effect, really. From a distance, it looks like paneling, which is good. That's what we want. And it has to be done cheaply, so we worked with what we had.
It was neat seeing all the hard work of Nick, Kyle, and Johnny in about a week's time basically built a spaceship. And then we came in and opened the doors and brought in the colorful characters and it just kind of came to life.
You have this idea of, oh, we only have a limited budget, it may not look too good, but when I walked in seeing what Nick, Johnny, and Kyle did was just amazing, and I think it looks really good on camera. The lighting's really good, there's a lot to interact with, and there's a lot going on, so I think it looks like a really nice, busy spaceship.
I was really intrigued when I walked through and I saw the set. It was really neat the way it was pieced together and how you could make little things that intriguing. I had no idea how we were going to do Br.A.D. So when I came in and I saw that, it was actually a really good idea and a good way of doing it.
We have emergency lights that flash on and off, and we have another monitor that displays the heads-up display like we have. We have several different graphics that we created in After Effects and put them together, and they can be live switched from one to the next to the next. So that's another part of adding realism for the actors to play. They're playing off of when the monitor changes, something happens, they can react. And gives them more than that they're not just in a studio, they're in an actual spaceship, you know, and so they can get lost in it as well.
Working with the Br.A.D, it was actually neat, you know, with the whole dash. At first it was a very loud thing to have, and it was a pretty fun thing to do, and then, you know, there was lots of dials and switches and stuff to play with.
Interaction is, it's okay for actors if they were to imagine it was there, but you want them to be performing and concentrating on that. If they have something to interact with and buttons to press, then, you know, they can just be free with everything else, and the director can just tell them exactly what he wants. They don't have to be also imagining that they're pressing buttons. They're actually pressing buttons.
All right, let's learn how to fly this. Thank you.
Nick actually designed or built the original Br.A.D ship by kit bashing is what it's called, taking a whole bunch of other different models and bringing it all together to create Br.A.D. We had Kyle build a bigger size Br.A.D ship to shoot, which would be easier. Instead of shooting just a mini model, we can shoot a bigger model.
For the Br.A.D model, I had seen the small version, which was about that big, and which would so small it would have been more complicated to work with. So then I offered to try and make one out of styrofoam by carving it with blue high-density styrofoam, which I've used in the past. Basically just tried to take everything and make it about this big instead of like 3 inches.
Yeah!